you know who I am. My name is Darden Rice. I am the president of the League of Women Voters of St. Petersburg. And I'm also very proud to be on the board of trustees for Studio 620. So before we get underway, just a few housekeeping items, and it's not just for the driver of the black Toyota here. Restrooms over there. We are very gracious and thankful to the Studio at 620 for offering their venue tonight, and thank you to Bob Devin Jones who couldn't be here this evening. The studio supports all of these community endeavors in ways big and small, and really do their part to help lift the community, even if it's not like ostensibly arts related. So a big thank you to them. And they did this for gratis, which we're especially grateful for. But as you guys know, these things really aren't free. They do have to pay rent. There's also this little thing in Florida in the summertime called air conditioning and electricity bills. So if you tonight have an extra $1 or $2 or $5 in your wallet or purse to leave as a donation to the Studio at 620, it goes a really long way, and we really appreciate it. You also, incidentally, can join and be a member of Studio at 620, so be sure and pick up some information at the table. Even a basic level membership at the studio gets you, I think, like 6 or 8 tickets to attend events. Oh, 4 tickets. At the basic level, 4 tickets that you can use all year round, and it's really high quality, cutting edge, new artists, emerging artists, and established and visiting artists. It's a great way to help support the community, and I know the studio really supports it. Last commercial plug, and you know this one's coming. The League of Women Voters wants you as a member. You. Guys too. Guys are welcome to join the League of Women Voters. The League's mission is to inform and engage the public on political issues that matter, such as protecting the right to vote, fighting voter suppression, and fighting for fair districts, just to name a few. The League is nonpartisan, and that means we don't endorse parties or candidates, but we are wholeheartedly political, and we engage and support political issues. And we back our issues, let me tell you, 110%, with the facts, with determination, with organizing, with enthusiasm, with informed citizens, just like the people sitting here in the room tonight. And we even get a legal team if we have to, because we do not give up, and we haven't given up on fighting for the right to vote in 92 years. Yeah. So please, on your way out, pick up a membership brochure, or there's also a clipboard going around to get more information about the League of Women Voters. Sign up, get involved. You help make our voice stronger for democracy, fairness, transparency, and open government. We thank you for all you do. And be sure and sign the clipboard going around. And lastly, if you are parked next door or across the street, the lot said no parking, you will get towed, so please, I really encourage you to take 5 minutes, go move your car someplace else, and you won't get towed. So, now, without further ado, I would like to introduce our esteemed speaker tonight, Dan Krassner. Where are you, Dan? Dan's originally from St. Pete, and his parents are here tonight as well. Well, I'll let you. After Dan's presentation, we will take questions from the audience, and I will moderate that. So as you're hearing Dan's presentation go along and you want to start a discussion or ask questions, that's great. That's why we're here. When the League got wind of the opportunity to invite Dan to speak and to introduce his new organization, which is called Integrity Florida, and to hear Dan present some of his organization's findings, analysis, and discussion about corruption in Florida government, we jumped at the opportunity, and especially when we found that we could hold it here at the studio at 620, it just seemed to kind of perfectly fall into place. So let me tell you a little bit about Dan. Dan Krassner is the Executive Director of Integrity Florida, which is also a nonpartisan research institute, and their mission is to promote integrity in government and to expose public corruption. Dan has served in several senior management positions in Tallahassee, including Chief Strategy and Communications Officer with the Florida Chamber of Commerce and the Vice President of Communications at Florida Tax Watch. As Dan will tell you, Florida received a C- for corruption risk on the state's Integrity Investigations Corruption Risk Report Card. And on that report, it graded the state for transparency and accountability, and Florida had several categories with poor grades, very poor grades, and very poor ratings, including a failing grade for ethics enforcement agencies and a D+ for public access to information. So Integrity Florida is using the results of this state integrity investigation to push for ethics reform here in Pinellas County, here in the state of Florida. And Dan will be sharing that with us tonight. And so without further ado, thank you very much for coming back from Tallahassee to join us tonight, Dan Krassner.
Thank you, Darden. You've been a tremendous leader for Florida, for the community here in Tampa Bay. I stand here as a proud member of the Florida League of Women Voters. Thank you for all that you do. Without the League of Women Voters, we would not have Integrity Florida. Through discussions with fellow League members, including the League's champion and our research director, Ben Wilcox, who's your champion in Tallahassee for the Florida League of Women Voters, who's here with us tonight. Ben. Having met Ben through the League, through an introduction from Deirdre McNabb, the Florida League of Women Voters president, that's how this all got started. And I'm here with a message of hope. I'm here because ethics reform is happening in Florida. I know it doesn't sound like it, you don't see it everywhere, but let me tell you about where it's taking place and what inspired us to start this movement for ethics reform across the state. In Palm Beach County, they were known as Corruption County up until 2010. They had four county commissioners go to jail. The state attorney put together a grand jury, and that grand jury report said we've got to do 3 things to deal with corruption in our community in Palm Beach County. And those 3 things were: 1, we need an ethics commission at the county level to deal with local ethics law violations. We need an ethics code for Palm Beach County that goes further than the state code. And we need an independent inspector general to follow the money at all levels of government in Palm Beach County. And you know what? The community came together and they passed it because of the League of Women Voters, because of the Tea Party, because of Republicans and Democrats, independents, business community working together. The leader of that Palm Beach County movement, Marty Rogel, is on our board of directors. He was actually the first person I called, and I'd met him through the Chamber of Commerce world, and I knew that he cared about ethics reform. I knew there were some groups he wouldn't join because they weren't focused on ethics reform. So Marty was the head of Leadership Palm Beach at the time in 2010, and he brought together this diverse coalition, and that's the model. That's how we do it. That's how we're going to solve problems like ethics reform in our community, in our state, in our country. We've got to get the partisanship out of the room. We've got to bring people together to isolate a problem that we all agree is a problem, to focus on the set of solutions that we can all agree on and work together on. And that's the great opportunity about ethics reform and open government. There's not a whole lot of folks out there lobbying pro-corruption. The pro-corruption movement is losing ground. We can beat them. And it really is happening. In Jacksonville, they did something similar. There's an ethics enforcement agency in place in Jacksonville, and it's working. If you have a concern about an official acting in an unethical manner in Jacksonville, you can bring that concern and voice it publicly at the Ethics Commission in Jacksonville. So there's a grassroots, ground-up movement that is taking our state back, taking our communities back, raising the level of integrity in government, ethics in government. That being said, here's the bad news. Florida is still the national leader in public corruption. A research report that we'll preview tonight that we're going to release on June 6th shows clearly that Florida, well above any other state in the country, is #1 in federal public corruption convictions between the years 2000 and 2010. We have a corruption problem in Florida. And we're doing good things at the local level, but we need to do good things in Tallahassee. And good things in Tallahassee, that's rarely a set of words you see in the same